Good evening, and welcome to Riderpiece Theater. Me, Alista Dayhawk, and tonight, me proud to present Kamen Rider Gacha Episode 11. I do apologize for uploading this video very late in the game, but I had to work. These are busy times. This is Thanksgiving week, Black Friday is coming, and boy, oh boy, it's gonna be hell. So I do apologize for that. But, better late than never, right? And let us begin our tale of woe. So Weird Sister number 3 returns in triumph, so to speak, from Kyoto after she captured one of the ultimate chemis, the level 10 UFO-X. And she gives the card over to Weird Sister number 1, who is being played by a 9-year-old. And she places it in a, not cage, but just had it stored up. And you see its energies flowing out of the card, because apparently Weird Sister number 1, who is being played by a 9-year-old, is sucking away its power and putting it into the new Dark Driver. However, the card broke free and escapes. And Weird Sister number 3 tries to recaptures it, but Weird Sister number 1 says, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Besides, it's a chemi rule that level 10 chemis cannot be captured so easily. It's such a, how you say it. Ugh. But don't worry about it. We'll capture it in time. Right now, we need to finish the Dark Driver because our master is getting impatient. Which I believe the master is Minato Sensei. I believe so. I will put 1 cent into that that assumption, but it could change. Hopefully it will shock me to my core that it's not Minato Sensei. But judging how predictable sometimes Kamen Rider can be, yeah. So we get to the next scene after the opening credits. You have Hotaro and friends pretty much going chemi hunting, and they've been doing so after the Kyoto trip, and they've been doing hunting for the past 2 weeks. And we get to the academy, which of course they only have 4 of them. I have a little bit of a gripe, but I will say my piece after. So they go back to the school. They huddle together and pretty much show off. Okay, we captured these cards, and it's been 2 weeks, and everything's going on smoothly. And then we get to Spanner and Minato Sensei in the next scene, and Spanner pretty much gives information to Minato Sensei that apparently the Weird Sisters are carrying chemi cards, and also they're collecting pieces of melgams, and that's all the information he could give right now. And Minato Sensei said, "Oh, okay, since you mentioned they have chemi cards, that's kind of a coincidence, because apparently our blank cards have gone missing. So apparently there's a spy/traitor in our midst that's working for the Weird Sisters. That's why the Alchemy Association has sent 2 inspectors to the school and find out who the hell the spy is." And then we go to the next scene where Hotaro encounters a spider melgam, and making the scene short and sweet, we get to see Hotaro using the new cards that he captured along with his friends, and he ends up using these weird combos. What I mean by weird is like he makes combo 1, combo 2, and lo and behold, this combo pops out weird looking forms, especially that one form that looked like a hoodie with rabbit ears. It ends up attacking the melgam. That's kind of. Yeah, I know. At least for once, it's not a new Kamen Rider form that they keep on popping out every single time. And, I'm just happy that it's not a new form for once. I know it's like I spoke too soon, but at least in this battle, in this fight, Hotaro did not unleash a new form. At least he pretty much used a fever attack using his gun, and he ends up capturing the spider chemi, and that's the end. However, during the fight between the spider melgam, apparently he had an audience watching over the match, and you see this person, he looks like he came from the alchemy school. He's just just playing with his ring and just brushing it and that sort of thing. So after that, so he successfully captures the card. He gets the traditional, hey, I got a gotcha. My name is Hotaro. I want to be your friend. What's your name? Okay, so we get into the next scene. The driver has been completed. Bad grammar. And the two weird sisters are eager to try it out. Like, weird sister number 2 wants to use it to put down her puppy, while weird sister number 3 wants to get her revenge on Hotaro for her colossal defeats. And weird sister number 1, who's been played by a 9-year-old, says, "Look, I know you guys are eager to use the driver, but for right now, we're going to take a detour." And both of them were like, "A detour? For what? What's going on here?" "Oh, I just want to try this new experiment I have in mind." So then we get back to the school that only teaches 4 students. Sabimaru is creating a summoning device to capture UFO-X. And of course, Hotaro is like, "Oh, Sabi, senpai, what is it that you're creating?" Being like, "Oh," amazed. And Sabimaru and Renge explains Hotaro about the level 10 chemis that supposedly are difficult to find and difficult to capture due to the chemi law, but there are a few out there, and UFO-X is one of those ultimate chemis. And apparently Sabimaru likes UFO-X for some reason. Like, he admires this chemi, and this is where Hotaro gets all like, "Oh, so senpai is like found his gacha. I need to help him, get his gacha." And of course, he drags Kudo into this mix. Kudo is like, "Really? Yeah, I never saw that coming. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just one of these days Kudo needs to like be like a ninja and just silently walk away before Hotaro decides to drag her into this into these situations. So Hotaro is happy to oblige and just help Sabimaru achieve his gacha. And let me check my notes for a little bit. Okay, yeah, so the Sabi Razor is created. They head back to not head back. They go on top of a building. I think it's the same building as the regular high school slash alchemy school, and their goal is to activate the riser, and hopefully the device will bring out UFO-X. Um, Unfortunately for the chemi hunters, they get rudely interrupted by Spanner. Spanner pretty much wondering, what the hell are you doing on here? Like, you need to head back to the school. Well, go back to the classroom because there's important people coming. So get your ass there. And of course the chemi hunters were like, bad timing, but they were wondering what the hell is going on. But they went, and just bad timing. The timing was so bad because as they were walking away, you see the sky, right? And the portal opens up, and here comes UFO-X, just wondering, where is the sound, the signal coming from? And it is just flying across the skies, trying to find where that signal was coming from. And by doing so, you see all these people just looking up the sky and just pointing, hey, is that a UFO? And one of those people was Kaijiki, and he gets excited. He found the UFO that he promised that he will find, which he did. And guess what? Guess who he mentions? He mentions Hijiri. So apparently him and Hijiri are still seeing each other. So that's great. That's good for him. And so he runs away trying to find Hijiri, or just call her, whatever. And then we get back to the classroom, and to the school, the classroom that only has 4 people. So the 4 students return to the classroom, and they get greeted by the inspectors. Kujimiya, and Harima. And already the inspectors are already stepping in the wrong foot here, because well, before that, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Harima tells the students that we're here because apparently there is a spy in their ranks, and they're trying to figure out who the hell it is, because apparently, like I mentioned earlier, someone is stealing blank chemi cards, and I'm sure this person is telling secrets, insights to the enemy, aka the Weird Sisters. However, Kugimiya decides to segue, because apparently he was the one who watched Hotaro versus the spider melgam, and pretty much gives Hotaro the Spanner Act. And what I mean by that is, how Spanner pretty much demands Hotaro to hang over the gacha driver. You are unworthy. You see chemis as friends than tools, and you're not a fighter. You're unworthy. So we have another person who doesn't acknowledge his Kamen Rider. And this inspector demands the driver to be handed over, because not only him, but apparently the whole entire alchemy association doesn't view Hotaro as the person worthy of being Kamen Rider Gacha. And Hotaro unfortunately had little to say, but before he gets interrupted, he says, "Look, I don't care if you call me unworthy, weak, all these things, all these nasty things that from the from the nasty but whatever." But and then he gets interrupted by Sabimaru, who pretty much um stood up for the chemis, saying that don't look down at chemis. They're not tools, they're living beings, they're friends. And of course, uh Kuji Kujimiya, says typical is this is what's wrong with students today. They don't follow orders and blah 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 blah. And of course, Spanner agrees with everything that Kujimiya says, of course. But then he ends up saying, "Look, I agree with everything you just said. However, you're supposed to be here to figure out who the hell the traitor is, and yet you came in here with a different agenda." And this is where Spanner and Kugimiya were about to have a battle of words here. It sounded like Spanner was how you say, pointing the finger at him by saying, "Are you the spy? What's going on here? Are you telling me I'm the spy?" They were about to argue. And let me finish the scene and then let me give my 2 cents about the scene. So they're about to have a battle of words until the alarms go off, and apparently the Weird Sisters have decided to invade the high school. And this is where all the alchemists had to go out there and be on the lookout for the Weird Sisters, while at the same time protecting the students. The muggles, as you were. Now, I have a few things to say about this scene. I wish Hotaro would have just have a set of grapefruits, just like Kamen Legend, and be like, "Okay, dude, first of all, are you related to Spanner? Because ever since I got the gotcha driver, this kid keeps telling me that I'm unworthy and the chemis are tools. You're a fool to believe that these living creatures can be our friends, and and I will not acknowledge you. Like, give me the gotcha driver." The same gist. So I wish Hotaro would have asked, "Are you related to this kid?" And number 2, I wish he could have just ended the conversation with, "Look, the gotcha driver was given to me by this man who you deem as a traitor. I have a mission. I strongly believe that chemis and humans can coexist, okay? I'll be damned to surrender the driver to anybody before my dream of being the top chemist, which I will have another gripe of it at the very end, before my dreams before my dreams are realized here. Whether I like it or not, I'm too involved in this now. I can't just turn in my driver and just walk away." Of course, Minato Sensei will erase his memories, but even still, I am too involved now. So yeah, so I would rather keep my driver. Thank you very much. And if I had to, I will gladly surrender my ring of power and my uniform and my position as a student in the alchemy school and just walk away. That's what I would have said if I were Hotaro. But of course, Hotaro's character will not allow him to say that. Of course, he will add on to say, and he just said, look, I don't care if you call me weak. I don't care if you call me unfit. I don't care all of these things. But please do not look down on chemis. He would have just said that before Sabimaru pretty much stole his thunder. But either way, if he didn't get interrupted, he would have said that. But that's just me. But of course, Hotaro's character will not allow himself to say that. But for me, I would just I was stand up against this director and be like, look, I will gladly surrender the ring, the uniform, and my stay in the school, but I'm taking my driver and doing my own thing. I don't care. And I'm sure the chemis who he befriended will follow him. I'm definitely, for sure, Hopper 1 will definitely follow him. But just saying. But that's just me. It would have been a better scene too, but So the Weird Sisters have invaded the high school that never was, and the alchemists are looking for them. Of course, Weird Sister number 1, who has been played by a 9-year-old, meets with Kyoto once again, and she wants to talk in private. Of course, you see all these students doing their own thing, and Kyoto was like, is this private to you? And of course, Weird Sister number 1 does her magic, and the students just walks away like zombies. And then, Weird Sister number 1 is trying to say something to Kyoto until they get interrupted by Spanner. And of course, Weird Sister number 1 gets irritated that why am I constantly getting interrupted? Jeez. And she does her magic to dodge his attacks. And then before she leaves, Weird Sister number 1 just whispers in her ear, telling her that, hey, whatever happens in this school and beyond, it's because of you. And she goes away. She disappears. And which leaves poor Kyoto just this shocked look on her face, and she just falls on her knees and be like, what did I just do or done? Like she's in shock. Like, wouldn't you be? If you have someone telling you, like, whatever happens after this, it's on your hands as well as mine, and you be confused, you be shocked, like, I don't know. Man. So after that, you have Sabimaru and Hotaro, meet up, and then we have UFO-X. It appears out from the skies once again, and Sabi and Hotaro follows it to an open field. It looks like a soccer field, I don't know. And this is where Sabi, tells Hotaro about the chemi law concerning level 10 chemis. But Sabimaru tells Hotaro, I believe you can break that rule. You're special, Hotaro. Not in those words, but he says that I believe you're the only one who can capture UFO-X and not let it escape. Like like you captured a legendary Pokeball, and then you're like, oh, I think I captured it because it stopped moving around, and the next thing you know, it pops out and escapes. Kind of like that. So I believe Hotaro will capture the UFO-X, and it's gonna be for keeps. It's not gonna escape. So Hotaro's like, thank you for believing in me and trusting me with your gacha. And it gets interrupted because they get attacked by the same monster melgam. And of course, Hotaro was in shock, like, what the hell? I destroyed you and I captured the chemi. What the hell are you doing here? And he opens his card deck, whatever, his card holder, whatever, and discovers that the card that he captured earlier in the episode mysteriously disappeared. It's gone. And of course, he didn't have much time to react because you have Monster, the spider melgam, trying to capture the UFO-X. So Hotaro had to act quickly. So he transforms to his basic form and tries to fight off the monster amalgam while at the same time trying to like cut the webbings and telling UFO-X to go away. So the monster amalgam is doing double duty here. Holding off Hotaro while trying to capture UFO-X. So we have, you could say, a rematch between Hotaro versus the spider melgam, while at the same time playing a little game called Capture the UFO-X. So we get this brief fighting, and then we get a new form. Toei, enough with the new forms. It's way too much. Seriously, is way too much. So we get this new form called the Lightning Jungle, and you can tell by the suit. It's all bunky, big feet, and I have to give kudos to the suit actor in this because you can tell as he finished transforming, you see it, stopping towards the monster. And I wonder how hard it is to not only wearing that suit, but also just to walk and run and just fight. Because I could already imagine it's hard. Like already you can't do like a rider kick with that. You can't, but you can tell after he transforms, you see a brief moment of running towards the monster. Instead of running, it's stopping. So I have to give kudos to the suit actor. I wonder how many takes it took just to finish all that, because wearing a suit like that can be hard, especially while fighting. It's ugh. But I have to get kudos on that. And they're fighting, and then next thing Hotaro successfully releases UFO-X from the webbings, and he tells UFO-X to run away, and the monster amalgam speaks, and it is retelling the same lines Kujimiya said at the classroom, assuming that maybe this guy is the spy. He is the spider amalgam. And then we have UFO-X interfering in the match, and this is where Hotaro took the advantage, quickly destroys it, recaptures the spider chemi, and lo and behold, within the flames we get the reveal of who is the spy that's working for the Weird Sisters. And it's not Kujimiya nor the other inspector. It was somebody else. And she's like, how in the hell did you take the card and that sort of thing? And of course, she said like this. So she takes out her diseased right arm, her right hand. She uses this golden ring, whatever, uses her alchemy, and just steals the card right out of Hotaro's hands, in shock. And everybody, well, not everybody, but we get this one final scene where Hotaro is like, eh? And I have to say, that last scene of Hotaro's face was very cringe. It was Like what you had to end with that. I understand it means what in Japanese, but the way he gave out the in his face expression is like, oh, Hotaro is such a kid. And that's it. That's the end of the episode, guys. Um, I want to say something before I end this video, and it just involves alchemy magic because it's been 11 episodes heading into episode 12. Have we ever seen Hotaro using alchemy before? Ever since he officially joined the alchemy school? Because what I've noticed is that ever since he joined, all from the beginning to this point, everything up to this point has been chemi hunting, defeating monsters and repeat, capturing chemis, defeating melgams and repeat. We never once saw Hotaro even attempt to use alchemy, nor see him practice and doing magic at all. Because can you imagine if he was doing magic, like practicing his magic, it would have helped him a whole lot while capturing and battling melgams. Can you imagine him using alchemy, to help turn the tide of battle? I would use my alchemy and while fighting the monster. But Hotaro, he doesn't use his ring, he doesn't use alchemy because Minato Sensei sucks. he sucks as a teacher. We never once see Minato Sensei teach Hotaro the ways of alchemy. And yet Hotaro in the beginning of this episode says, well, my dream, aside from, creating utopia between chemis and humans, is to become a hotshot alchemist. Okay. Can we see some alchemy? Can we see him practice alchemy? No. Nothing. How can you be a hotshot alchemist when we don't see you using alchemy to help you in tough situations? I don't know if you guys realized that, but I did. At least Harry Potter, we see Harry and his friends and other classmates in a classroom actually studying whatever it is the classroom whatever class they're in, and you see him perform magic, you see him create potions, but not here in this alchemy school that only teaches 4 students. All of these 4 students, they're out there just hunting chemis and defeating monsters and getting the Spanner lecture. That's it. It felt so good to let it all out because it's something to point out and realize that Hotaro, ever since he joined the alchemy school, he never once did anything magic-like. He's all happy that a chemi gets captured. He gets all giddy. Oh, my name is Hotaro. I am your friend now. What's your name? Yeah. Anyways, so what do you guys think about episode 11? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And if I missed anything, because even though I have my notes in front of me, I may have missed a couple of things while writing. Also give a like if you like, and please subscribe. And guys, before I go, unfortunately, I saw the magazine screens, and we have a secondary writer in Kamen Rider Dread. The suit itself looks pretty badass, and there were rumors going on that supposedly Sabimaru is gonna be Kamen Rider Dread, and a lot of people on social media were like, seriously, with their eyebrows raised and like, Sabimaru, really? And I was like, at first, I was like, I'm hoping to God that he does not receive um, uh, the treatment that happened in Revise, the Hikaru treatment. But then we get more information that apparently the Dread driver is gonna be possessing people, just like the Arc driver. The Arc driver possesses humans to become, Kamen Rider Arc. It's the same thing is gonna happen with Dread. So after Sabimaru is gonna be somebody else and another person. So it's gonna be these people will become Dread due to the fact that it's a haunted driver. So yeah, so Sabimaru is gonna be the first host, and then yeah. But if Sabimaru ends up officially being Dread, I'll give it a chance. But I just hope it's not the Hikaru treatment all over again, because he hasn't earned it, and we need more character depth to make me want to have. Come on, let Sabimaru be a Kamen Rider, but it's too early for that, and hopefully they learn a lesson with Hikaru. But yeah, so for what I heard, supposedly there's going to be people becoming Dread. So yeah, at least until they find a permanent host. But for right now, it's going to be hot potatoing. So yeah, that's it. So like I said earlier, give a like if you like it. Please subscribe. Have a happy, safe Thanksgiving, and I will see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!